So,
I mean, you saw Illinois kind of was in the same boat. They had to reconstruct their entire roster. Here, both of y'all are in the second round. Does it kind of say something for maybe this era of college basketball? You can rebuild, reconstruct things.
It's definitely a different era, and there's a lot of learning curves to it, and a lot of newness to it. And so I think the teams that do the best at adapting to that are going to be the successful teams. And so I think our team has done a great job at coming together and learning each other fast.
Both of you guys are top 10 in scoring offenses. How much are you expecting this to just be a shootout?
Yeah, well, we know they're great shooters. They're great from the three-point line. And I think we're geared up for that. And in playing ourselves in practice as well as throughout the season, we played a lot of good shooting teams. And so running them off the three-point line is going to be great for us, and limiting them to one possession is going to be huge as well.
How important is it for your threes to fall while also preventing them from taking?
Yeah, I mean that's definitely important for our energy, as well as we've talked about. There's going to be a lot of Illinois fans trying to dictate the energy, but that comes from creating our own energy and celebrating each other and getting momentum that way. It's going to be big, like it is every game for sure.
Collin, you guys are used to Big Blue Nation following you around everywhere and giving you an advantage in the stands, but did you notice how much orange was in the arena?
Yeah, for sure. We can see that, but no matter the environment, we played in a lot of hostile environments where the whole stadium is full of the opposing fans, and so I don't think it's anything that's worrying us too much, but controlling the energy of the game is going to be big for us.
Koby said that there's a certain part of him that enjoys going into a scenario where you could be the villain, you against the world.
Yeah.
Is that kind of the mentality maybe you have?
Yeah, well, I think it's also different when we're going to have a lot of Kentucky fans there, as we always do, but it's also kind of special when all you have is the guys that are around you, the other four guys that are on the court, and the rest of the guys on the bench. It's kind of fun to know that's all that you have, because we have to turn into each other even more and rely on each other even more. So there's positives to all environments, but I think we're ready for the environment tomorrow.
Because there sure are a lot of Illinois fans here. That's going to be a little different for you guys, isn't it?
I don't think there's going to be anything different. We played a lot of away games in hostile environments, so I don't think we're stressing too much about that. I think we're going to be able to control the energy of the game, and we know what it's like. We've been there before, so we're ready for it.
The Illinois point guard, whose name I cannot pronounce, is a bigger point guard. What's the challenge of guarding him?
Yeah, well, I think he's a good player, and we scouted him out, and he's great he's a great all-around player and can shoot off the dribble. But I think we're coming with a game plan, and we're ready for him. For sure.
Chandler, have you cooled down a little bit, bro?
I hope not. No, we're coming ready tomorrow, and hopefully we can get some more result.
Did you guys stay after a little bit to watch the Xavier Illinois game after?
We watched on the TV a little bit. We watched the second half of the game and tried to get a little bit of a feel for what we were seeing tomorrow, and so I think we have a good look at it.
And Lamont said Coach brought in a scout, earlier this morning. What stands out when you guys watch film on them?
Yeah, well, they're a great shooting team. They shoot a lot, so running them off the three-point line is going to be an emphasis for us, as well as similar to Troy, they're great at offensive rebounding. They're crashing every time, and so it's going to be a big emphasis for us to be able to get hits and make sure that we're limiting them to one possession. That's going to be huge for us.
I spoke to Jackson yesterday, and he said, even though he's not playing, he's been doing some things on the sideline, like speaking to the younger guys, like training you guys like that. How have you seen his impact on you guys as the younger guys?
Yeah, no, it's great. He's taken on a different winning role. He's got to pitch in and try to help us win games without being on the court, and that is one thing for him is he has a lot of experience in these situations. So we've always got an open ear to what he's got to say, and so he's been great for us.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, Coach Pope talked yesterday a lot about how gratifying it is to see what you've done late in the season to give this team a boost. Can you pinpoint like either a practice moment, a game where you felt like it really turned for you?
Yeah, there's been a lot of adapting to practice, like you say, that's where it starts, and getting comfortable there, and then transitioning to performing in a game is different as well. And I think there's a few games that stand out in my mind of maybe getting over the hump a little bit. Vanderbilt was a big one, and Vanderbilt and LSU were both big ones for me, and my confidence that I can produce and help the team on a big stage. So those are a few moments that stick out in my mind.
When you guys play the NCAA tournaments, win or go home, taking the practice quarter, did it have a different feel to it or different mentality to it? Knowing that any day could really be the end of the season.
Yeah, I think everyone knows that. That's in the back of our minds, and I think that's kind of when the fight or flight kicks in for our team as well. Is we know, and for a lot of our guys that are old, it could be their last college game, right? And so I think it comes with another. Our team has to take it personal, and so I think that's what we're gonna do, and we're gonna fight like it is our last game. So it very well could be.
It was a game we were 17 a couple minutes ago and came back and won. And then we played Arizona next game, and it was a tough game. We battled until the end, but we lost. So.
What do you feel like were your emotions then and your thought process then, what you were going through personally then after that win, and then compare that to now for us?
Kind of the same, just with these games or this tournament, it's a pretty quick turnaround, so, you can't stay stuck on the first win too much. You kind of just got to be ready to come in the next day, go back to work, and be ready for your next opponent. So it's kind of the same, really, just a new group of guys, new group of coaching staff, and, a little bit different plan, but I feel like we have a good thing coming into this next game.
So hours and minutes celebrating and not a day or so. What was that like to feel the relief of winning though last night?
It was good because you obviously got to get the first one out the way before you're able to keep going. So first one's always weird, so it was good to get that one out the way. And like I keep saying, we're just looking forward to the next one. We know that this one's not going to be easy. Nothing about this tournament is easy, so we got to be willing to come out and do hard things.
Koby, you guys are used to having a huge Kentucky fan base behind you in most games you played. Did you notice how much orange was in the building yesterday, and that you might be at a little bit of a disadvantage?
Yeah, we keep hearing, it might be like a little bit of an away game for us, but, I feel like we've been through it before. It's not our first time going through this, and I think we'll be ready for it. So we still know that maybe it won't be the whole BBN here with us, but that small part of it that will be blue, we'll see that and we'll appreciate that. And, we'll take that and we'll be ready to go.
You guys have had some good performances on the road this season. Is part of you like playing when the world is against you?
Nah, for sure. I think we have a lot of guys on this team that we kind of take that role of just being the villain, and we like that, and we're ready to go no matter what. So just to come out and kind of be the underdogs again, which we've been all year really, we're prepared for it.
You've had a couple hours since the win last night. Just what do you know about Illinois that you guys need to stop?
Yeah, they're a really good team, really physical team. They crash the boards really aggressively, and they shoot a lot of threes. So we got to be able to get a hand up, make sure they're taking hard shots, and then be ready to box out and win those rebounding wars. And that's going to be a big part of if we have success or not. So just got to be able to stop them and stop them from getting to the glass. And offensively, we just do the same thing that we do with every single team. Try to make it a 40-minute game. Try to wear them out as much as possible, and I think we'll be in a pretty good spot.
And looking at your all's performance, what do you guys feel like you may be able to do better tomorrow night?
Yeah, just continue to be aggressive on the boards, make sure that we're rebounding on both ends, not just defensively but offensively as well, and just staying true to ourselves, man. Just keep doing what we've been doing this whole year. It's worked out well for us, and it'll work out well against anybody if we just continue to do that.
Koby, Collin's been such a big part of the team's success and latter part of the season. I'm wondering, did you see something, whether it was in practice or in a game, where it really turned for him?
He's great in practice, and he's been great in games. I think, applying what you're doing in practice to the game, it's a little bit of a challenge sometimes, and I feel like he's been doing a great job of that. And so once you see the ball go through the rim and you start making plays in the actual game, it kind of gives you more confidence. And that's what I've been seeing. And, I see his confidence growing every single game, and that's needed for us. We're going to continue to need him to be confident on the court. It's going to help us a lot.
Do you get a big smile when, as soon as he gets in the game, he's open from three, he's launching?
Yeah, he's not shy, man. He's not shy. That's one thing about him, and something that I appreciate about him that he comes in and he's aggressive. You know, he's been a lot confident, like I've been saying, and he's been more and more aggressive every single game. And I think it's been helping this team a lot, just giving us another layer that we can tap into.
You guys have won some big games on the road. Do you kind of take energy from that and put it the other way?
Yeah, I mean, we gotta create our own energy. I think you know, we usually get a lot of energy from our crowd, but you know, if it's the opposite way, we just gotta find a way to pour into each other. So I think we're gonna do it, and regardless of who's out there, we gotta go out there and win.
Lamont, Troy had a lot of additional fans there yesterday, but they were all wearing orange. Did you notice how many Illinois fans were in the building? And it's going to be a little bit of a unique feeling for Kentucky to be at a fan disadvantage.
You know what? I didn't really notice at the time. I was so locked in on the game, I wasn't really paying attention. But I've heard that they have a lot of people out here, so we gotta just go out there and play. Regardless of who's there or not, we just gotta play our hardest and win the game.
How is you said it was feeling good after the game last night. After sleeping on it, how's the shoulder today?
Yeah, it's feeling good right now. Didn't have any setbacks, and just grateful. I'm grateful to be out there, blessing. We're here in the Bucks Arena, so I'm excited.
How restricting is that brace?
Say it again.
How restricting is that brace?
It's a little restricting. It's hard to really move it up, around, sideways. So I'm just out there fighting and try my best to go out there and be myself.
What's the mindset this time of year? Because of course it's lose or go home, so win or go home. So is it stressful? How do you deal with that stress in this time of year?
No, ain't no stress, man. We've been playing basketball for the longest, man. Just a win or go home situation. We just trying our hardest to be on the winning side for the most part. I think we have all of us have winning DNA, and I think that's what we've been put on the show for throughout the whole year. Just that we can win, and we can win with whoever we have out there. If people are hurt or we don't have everybody foul trouble, like we have the willpower to go out there and win games like that.
Right, Illinois has a big point guard. I believe I've read. Is there any change to your approach, or how do you approach defending a bigger guy like that on the point?
Yeah, I mean, he's a really good player. So his size definitely helps him a lot. He's able to see over a lot, make great passes. He puts people on his back on pick and roll and things like that. So just got to try to climb into him, turn him a little bit in the full court, and just try to be a pest and shove him a little bit.
Any similarities to somebody you saw during the SEC?
I don't know. He's kind of unique in his own way. He's a really good player, so he's got to go out there and play hard.
Well, there's obviously a lot of leaders on this team with all the seniors. What have you seen out of Andrew from that leadership perspective over the course of the year, especially early on?
Yeah, I mean, Andrew's been great for us all year. He's just his positivity. He kind of just goes around the whole team. He's just always a guy that's trying to pick somebody up. When something happens wrong, he's always just always that guy. Like we said, the team dad. So we always look for him for advice and things like that. He's been great for us all year. He's continued to be great.
How important is it to have somebody like that amid? I know he was obviously one of the guys who got injured, but amid all these injuries to kind of help keep that ship going in the right direction.
Yeah, I mean, he gives us a sense of calming. He kind of tells us it's going to be all right. Tells us to stay positive, we're going to win games regardless if we're out there. So I mean, I think Andrew's been great. He's been playing really well the last couple games, things like that. So we just need him to go out there, keep being himself and keep being a leader.
Lamont, Thomas